Hi, everyone. Imagine waking up one morning and finding out that one of the planets you memorized in elementary school just isn't a planet anymore. Well, that happened to me. For nearly 76 years, Pluto sat proudly as the ninth planet in our solar system. It appeared in textbooks, posters, and even cartoons like a tiny but loyal member of the planetary family. But everything changed in 2006 when scientists officially downgraded Pluto to what's now called a dwarf planet. Today, I'm going to explain how Pluto was discovered, what astronomers later found in the outer solar system, and how a new scientific definition of a planet led to Pluto's reclassification. Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet because new discoveries in the Kuiper Belt and the International Astronomical Union's update definition of a planet showed that Pluto does not meet the requirements of clearing its orbital neighborhood. To understand why Pluto was reclassified, we need to start with how he was discovered. Pluto was found in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh, an astronomer working at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. According to Britannica, Tombaugh was searching for a mysterious planet X that scientists believe was disrupting the orbits of Neptune and Uranus. While Planet X turned out not to exist, Tombaugh did spot a tiny distant object moving across the sky. That object became known as Pluto, and the world welcomed its ninth planet. For decades, Pluto was treated like a full member of the solar system. It appeared in every textbook, every model, and every diagram. But even early on, Pluto was unusual. It was tiny, icy, and had a strange tilted orbit. Still, there was no reason to question its planet status until astronomers learned more about its neighborhood. And that neighborhood is what changed everything. In the 1990s, astronomers began discovering a massive region beyond Neptune filled with icy bodies. That region is called the Kuiper Belt. According to Britannica, scientists realized that Pluto wasn't alone out there. In fact, Pluto was just one of many icy worlds orbiting in this distant zone, and some of these objects were surprisingly similar to Pluto in size and composition. Then in 2005, scientists discovered Eris, an object actually bigger than Pluto. According to a science article by Luell, Wang, and Ortega in 2015, the discovery of Eris forced astronomers to ask the question, if Pluto is a planet, shouldn't Eris be one too? And if both are planets, how many more would we have to add? Astronomers needed a clearer distinction, a scientific definition that separated planets from other bodies in the solar system. And that led to one of the biggest astronomical debates of the 2000s. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union, also known as the IAU, gathered to officially define what a planet is. According to Luell and Wang and Ortega, they created three criteria. It must orbit the sun, it must be round, and it must clear its orbital neighborhood, meaning it must gravitationally dominate, not share its orbit with other objects. Pluto passed the two test. It orbits the sun, and NASA confirmed that it's round due to its own gravity. But Pluto failed the third requirement. According to NASA, Pluto's orbit is crowded with too many icy bodies in the Kuiper Belt. It does not clear the space around itself the way Earth, Jupiter, or even Mercury does. Because Pluto doesn't meet all the three criteria, the IAU placed it in a new category, dwarf planet. But being a dwarf planet doesn't make Pluto any less interesting. In fact, it makes it more scientifically important. So, what does it actually mean for Pluto to be a dwarf planet? According to NASA, dwarf planets still orbit the sun and are around like regular planets. The only difference is that they share their orbit with other objects. Pluto is now grouped with other dwarf planets such as Eris, Makemake, and Huame, all part of the Kuiper Belt family. Meanwhile, Britannica points out that Pluto's reclassification it wasn't meant as an insult or a demotion. Instead, it helped scientists better organize the solar system and understand how planets form. In fact, the New Horizon mission in 2015 revealed that Pluto is one of the most geographically active, complex, and exciting worlds we've ever visited. So while Pluto may have lost a label, it doesn't lose its scientific importance. In conclusion, Pluto's journey from planet to dwarf planet is a perfect example of how science evolves. We began with its discovery in 1930, explored the many new objects found in the Kuiper Belt, and learned how the AIU's updated definition showed that Pluto doesn't meet all the requirements of the planet. Pluto was reclassified because of new discoveries, and a clearer scientific definition revealed that it does not clear its orbit. In the end, Pluto may not be the ninth planet anymore, but it remains one of the most fascinating, surprising, and beloved worlds in our solar system. And its story reminds us that science isn't just about answers, it's about constantly updating our understanding as we learn more. Here is a picture of the composition of Pluto. Thank you all for listening. Bye.